What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Spintires taking a look at the Monster 55. Now, as you can see, obviously the body is pretty much just stuck onto a metal shell, and not really a metal shell, but more like a metal cage, and a frame. This frame is the word I'm looking for. Anyway, single-seater, seat in the middle, and it really is pretty much a proper monster truck. The thing actually has no damage bar. It can go wherever you point it, and it actually pretty much will. So you can pretty much throw this thing wherever you want to, and it's actually kind of nice to not have to worry about damage, because when you stop worrying about damage, you actually, it makes it a different experience in Spintires for sure, because you're all of a sudden able to just throw the thing wherever the hell you want to put it, and it not only does it just go, but you have absolutely no consequence for anything. You can drive through, say, the middle of a lake, and you'll be fine. It might take you a little while to do it, or it might take you a little while to get to the other side, but you'll still do it. In fact, it's funny because you can see how deep these bodies of water actually are. And the funny thing would be, you wouldn't actually be getting damage at this point anyway, even if the thing did have damage points. Not a lot of the lakes in the game would actually give this thing damage. Now, it will get completely submerged under, like, say some of the ocean areas, like on the coast map or the volcano map. But as it sits right now, I mean, we do need fuel though. We need fuel because this thing pretty much it uses a lot of fuel. It starts to spin up, and once it starts spinning, because you can launch it in high, and you're gonna get back on your Although, because of the fact that it never stalls out, you can pretty much winch it from anywhere. So let's see if this will actually even work. Hey, out of advanced mode. Sometimes flipping it over with the winch works, and sometimes it doesn't work. And, ooh, come on. Try actually attaching it from the back, because that might flip it over. But the only problem is, you can't get enough leverage to flip it over with these massive, massive monster truck tires. And it just ends up spinning it around on its roof. So we're going to actually rescue back to the garage, and we're just going to take a different route. So let's go ahead and back it up, and you need the all-wheel drive and the diff lock on to really drive this car. Because if you don't have it, and I say car, more like to drive this monster truck, because if you try to drive it without the diff lock and the all-wheel drive on, you'll start going into trees, you'll start going everywhere, or you just won't hook up at all. Let me turn them both off real quick so you guys can see what happens. With them both off, it just kind of goes where it wants, and actually the suspension kind of works against itself, and it just throws the thing all over the place, whereas, and we need to rescue again because it's on its roof again, whereas when you turn, let's say, just all-wheel drive on, it's a lot more composed, but at the same time, it's still very slidey, and it still kind of goes on its side everywhere it goes. And also, no damage challenge doesn't really work. No damage challenge doesn't really work with this thing, because obviously, you know, well, no damage. So, but the thing is, too, when you're driving around something like this, it does sort of take a little bit of the game away, because you're not worried at all about damaging the thing, and you're just kind of thinking about, what can I throw this thing at that I haven't already thrown it at? But it does make it a lot of fun, but I feel like you could only play the game with something like this for a certain period of time, because at a certain period of time, being basically in God mode like this is going to get a little bit boring, so you have to, having this vehicle, like, I would say probably for a half hour, an hour or so is going to be fun, but after that, I think you might want a little bit of a change of pace. You might miss the fact that that the other vehicles actually take damage, and it adds a lot to the game because you're trying to avoid hitting things and, you know, going off, I don't know, cliffs and this and that. But, and I think the biggest thing, too, is when you have a vehicle like this, it's almost like, well, yeah, we'll throw it everywhere, what do I care? And again, the game sometimes isn't as fun when you're playing from that perspective. But for a short period of time, if you're really frustrated with the game, you install this mod, you get on it, you go wherever you want, and you just bash through trees. And yeah, I mean, I can see that working. I can see that working out if you're getting like really frustrated with Spintires or something. But oh, get back in gear. Thank you. And the thing is that even with the diff lock and all-wheel drive on, if you just launch it in high, it will spin all four tires. Like, and you just mat it, like, go! It'll just spin them all up and do a wheelie and then go. It's really, really, really freaking powerful. It's not as powerful as that one dump truck that I kind of sort of modified the tune back in the developer demo. And that thing, I kind of it had so much power, it would shoot directly up in the air, and it pretty much went up into the atmosphere and never came back. The game didn't know what to do with it, so it left it up in the air. But the thing with this thing is it's a monster truck, it's a mud truck, it's a go through anything 55 Bel Air, basically. It actually is funny because it crawls on the ground looking like a freaking spider. And it's a little creepy, actually. It's kind of weird. But I suggest everybody give this mod a try if you want something, again, like I said, not only that you don't care what happens to it, but if you want something that can go anywhere, literally anywhere in the game, then, I mean, obviously outside of the realistic sense of going anywhere. Did it really just pin itself? Yes, it did. Hopefully this will be an easy situation to fix, and I think it might be. Because we attach it to that. Dang it. Okay, attach it to the tree, and pull back, and it's going to glitch out, and probably go... Yeah. Come on! Come on! Jeez, dude. Okay. That's the weird thing about this thing is that no matter where you winch it from, it's always going to do that to you. No matter where you winch it from, if it's already upside down, it is going to do that to you, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that you can do about it. In fact, let's see what happens if we go against the current of the river. That's the only thing I've seen that pretty much that phases it. That's the only thing I've seen that phases it, is trying to go against the current of the river. It'll do it. It'll stand its ground, but it won't go anywhere. I wonder how far it'll actually go. I've never followed the river before. Let's see what's out there. Adventure. But the big thing too is that I feel like, I mean, sure, this would be a good mod for something like a racetrack or something like that, but I wanted to test it out on a normal map, because I think that when you test one of these out on a normal map, you realize just how silly some of these mods like this are sometimes, and the map kind of ends right there, so we need to get out of the river. But there's basically, like I said, nothing that you can't hurt it. You can't hurt it, other than if you get it on its roof, you're screwed. But other than that, there's nothing on this thing that you can hurt. So, come on! Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez! And is it going to flip back over? No. See, that's the problem. It can't flip itself back over, so there's nothing really that it can do about the fact that it's just massive, and it's just ridiculous, so it can't get back up on its wheels, and the body is obviously so small, and the tires are so large that it's such a big offset that it can't flip itself back over. But small negative points aside, it's a really fun mod, and I really think you guys should give it a try if you want something that's literally just made for pure fun. And if you guys enjoyed the video, then don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button to see more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.